Testing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we're working. Okay. My goal today is to get through 2 scrapbook layouts. I pulled a bunch of supplies beforehand, and now I'm just seeing which ones will match my photos. So here are some photos that I printed out, or that I already had printed out. They were just kind of hanging out waiting to be documented, so. Hi, Larissa. Oh, hi, Allie. How are you guys? That's true. Cody is always the first one here. And you shouldn't feel like a stalker, because it feels even more weird when I don't think there's anyone in here and I'm just like chatting with no one. Because when I pull the replay to put on YouTube, I don't want everybody just sitting there as I silently craft waiting for people to join. So I always just talk as though people are already here. And it feels extremely awkward. Hello. JCMom04, what is your name other than your screen name? I mean, unless you don't want me to know, that's fine too. I don't mind privacy on the internet. Hi, Mandy. Okay, good. Glad I'm not the only one. So my aim is to get through Kristen. Perfect. Thank you. I'm going to add you to my cheat sheet. I do keep a cheat sheet of people's names. Most of them on this list I now have memorized, so I'm getting pretty good. And I don't remember what I said when there was nobody here versus what I said when there were people here, so I'm just going to start over. My goal is to get through 2 scrapbook layouts during our stream today, which if you've been here for streams, you know that's a lofty goal for me. I'm a slow crafter. But I'm hoping I can get through 2, and then I just pulled out a ton of supplies that I felt like using. So we'll see how many I actually end up using. And from this stream forward, there will be my nails are still not done, you guys. They get worse and worse each stream. Ugh. One day. What was I saying? Oh, from this stream forward, when I put the replays on YouTube, there will be a list of all of the supplies that I used in the video in the description. And then I will also post a coordinating blog post on my blog, maidenmojave.com, with links as well, so that you guys can go back to the products that you liked if you saw one that I was using. Hi, Crystal. And exciting news, if you are a subscriber, the subscriber download library is now live. So I did send out an email about the link and the password and all of that, and I'm really excited to start just filling it with goodies for you guys. I don't need both of these, so let's put one to the side. And I'm gonna trim it down to 8.5 by 11. What are you guys up to tonight? Are you crafting along with me? Are you listening, just watching? And if you are crafting, what are you working on? Oh, Crystal, fun. I'm glad that you're going to try it. In my Instagram bio, there is now like a little cheat sheet thing with super simple steps on how to link your Amazon Prime subscription that you get for free with your Prime membership to your Twitch account. A lot easier than like if you Google how to do it. I actually didn't have any idea what I wanted to do today for the stream until like 30 minutes ago. I'm giving myself a little bit of an excuse because it was a last minute decision to throw a stream in today. Oh, I totally get that. We are leaving on Sunday for like a week and a half to go to a million doctor's appointments. So after Saturday's stream, there will be about a week and a half break before we have our next stream. Ooh, and tonight, starting at 8, I have to start my fast because tomorrow I'm going to get a ton of blood taken and I can't eat for like 14 hours. Oh, food is like all the things for me, so it's going to be a rough situation. I'm glad I'm going to be doing this to distract myself. Ooh, skipping homework. I don't want to say I support it, but I totally do. Only to craft. Project Life 2018. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, you guys totally should try the Prime sub. Once Cody told me that like you already had it included in your membership, I was like, what? They don't advertise it and like let people know about it nearly enough. And more exciting news because I just keep getting the things done this week. The subscriber exclusive. Okay, I know that Twitch calls them emotes, but I really prefer the term emoji just because like that's what we're versed to say, but I'm going to call it an emote. The subscriber exclusive emotes have been approved and they're now working and I'm super excited. So, let's see. If you go into the chat and you click the little like happy face guy that's all the way to the right, like you would normally click to get to your phone emojis or whatever, depending on whichever tier you are, you'll see your exclusive little guy. So the first tier has like a little cute little eraser. The second tier has a pair of scissors that look exactly like our Tim Holtz scissors. And then the top tier has a cute little black cat because we always talk about our cats here. And then as we get more subscribers in the community, I will be able to open up more exclusive emotes. So pretty soon we'll have like a full library all to ourselves. So if you guys have any recommendations for new ones that you want to see, let me know because I will run out of ideas really quickly. Oh, check you out, Allie. You already found it. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute in chat. Look at it right there. I love it.
On the preview chat on the screen or not?
It does. Yeah, it shows on the screen as well. So when people are watching the replay, we can show off our cute little emotes. I really wanted to come up with some more clever ones like that we would be able to use often. But I think until we have more like, I don't know, recurring things, like inside jokes or something like that, then we'll be able to tell what our emotes are going to be. So I can always change them out once we get to the point where like we have reason to have specific ones. I'm pulling out the papers that I'm most attracted to right now because starting out with the papers that I'm most attracted to will help me get into the crafty groove quicker. Washi tape is one of the ones on my list, one of my ideas. So I will get to work on that. We will have our own little washi tape soon. I kind of think this would make a fun background. Maybe. This one would also. But I have a lot going on right now as far as papers go, so I'll move on to that in the second layout. All right, I'm gonna put the rest of these to the side. What's on the back of this one? I really love the orange in this. Maybe we'll keep that one out also. That is very true. Unfortunately, I cannot share my stash with you through the camera, or I most definitely would, because that's half of the fun of crafting with friends. Now I guess I need to decide which photo. I'm gonna wait on this one because I really want to use some of those papers that I had with more blues. So put this one aside. For this one, I really wanted it to be one of these two. And I'm thinking I like this one better for that. And then, I'm gonna go with that one. And then I did pull out my Distress Oxides because I want to use a few of them in my background. So I stacked these back up, but I want to look at them again to make sure I'm picking colors that match. Or that at least complement. They don't have to match, but they just have to look nice together. I love frayed burlap, so we're gonna pull that one out. Iced spruce is pretty also. It's like a greenish gray. Spiced marmalade would be fun if it was like watered down a little bit so that it wasn't quite as... It's definitely not that vibrant when you get it on the paper, but it is more vibrant than what I'm aiming for. Same with broken china. Broken china is really bright for me. So maybe we'll go with faded jeans. I'm gonna go with some more muted colors. Fired brick and worn lipstick is another one that's like so bright it hurts my eyes. And fossilized amber. I think I'm gonna go with those. I really want an excuse to use seedless preserves, but I don't really have any purple going on in this particular layout, so I think I will wait for that one. I do want to see what it looks like. This is one I haven't really played with yet. Wow, that's really pretty. Okay, yeah. Putting that on the top of our pile over there. Oh, Seedless Preserves has a lot of pink in it. It's not, once you like get it down, it's not nearly as purple as it looks when you first swatch it. Oh, I'm kind of disappointed. It's more of like a magenta than a purple. Well, okay. Not bad. Not what I wanted, but not bad. You can kind of see how it's more of like a magenta-y color. I guess I should probably do that with frayed burlap. I already know the color, but I guess I should make sure that the colors I'm selecting go together. I love fossilized amber. It's like one of my favorites of all time. Ooh. Fossilized amber and fired brick mixed together is like a really pretty orange color. And then fired brick is more of like a poppy red than like a true red, which is probably the reason that I like it. I'm not a fan of red as like a primary color, but I do love deep reds and orangish reds, more like a poppy. Hello. That one's really pretty also. I just love the way they dry. So I am going to go ahead and keep those 4 colors out to use on my background. We'll see how we can work them in. I guess I should select my papers now because I'm not going to use all of them. Maybe I'll stick to, so I know I want to use this one. I can't decide between these two. But I'm thinking this one is more what I'm going for. Yeah, I'm gonna with those. I need to pull in a yellow, of course, because I can't do anything without yellow. And then maybe some wood grain. Okay, I'm gonna put these aside with my other pile. I guess I should start building my layers. I always start building my layers before I do my background so that I know where exactly my layers will fall. I'm going to start out with the wood grain as my first layer because it's more of a solid, and I do like to start my layers with a solid. I still haven't ordered my double-sided tape, which is why I'm still using that tape runner for the majority of everything. And that is my second to last tape runner cartridge thing, so I'm bound to run out of those as well soon. And then I don't know what I will resort to after that. I guess liquid adhesive for everything. Okay, as always, as always, it's extremely crooked and uneven, but I'm just going to leave it. Hi, Drea. All right. Closer, and close enough. I don't really need it to be perfect. Let's see. Next up, I think I am going to go with these patterns. I really love, and I kind of want to do some bigger layers with them. I'm not a huge fan of 9x12 layouts for me particularly. I just struggle with them, but I'm kind of contemplating doing a 9x12 for this one. It's the same proportions as an 8.5 by 11, you know, just like a little bit larger, which will leave us more room to have the layers of paper visible without covering like this entire white space, because I do like to have a little bit of white space in there. Okay, I'm gonna do yellow next, and I am going to leave a large border like I did when I was just holding it there against it, just so that we can see the pattern. I also really love the other side of this paper. It's like a text, book text. You can kind of see it down here. So maybe if I can make it happen, I will incorporate that as well. Trim this down just a little because it is a tiny bit larger than the other sides. Then let's see. I do love the book text, or it's more like a piece. What the pattern looks like is a piece of paper that has typewriter. Like somebody typed on this piece of paper with typewriter and then cut it into strips and then weaved the strips among each other. That's what that looks like. Anyway. I think I want to go to this one next. And I was thinking maybe I would do a strip of this one because I really want this pattern to show quite a bit. So I'm going to do a strip of this one. But first, let's get this one on there. Maybe do like a ripped bottom for this one. I know, I have so many good papers and I haven't been using them recently, so when I decided to do an impromptu stream tonight, I scrambled to go through everything. And find papers that I haven't used in a while. Sorry, I'm trying to get this extremely straight. And the pattern is like a crooked pattern, so it's not making it easy. And I am using permanent adhesive. Oh, and of course it's crooked. Oh, good, I caught it in time. Cannot tell. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my ruler and just use that to get a straight edge. Let's see, move down a little. Let's try that. It's still crooked. Actually, it might not be. I think it's just the pattern. All right. Not bad, considering that's usually where I mess up all of my layers, is on like that side where it has to match the first side that I did, and that never ends up happening. And then I think I'll throw some of this behind it. mainly just because I want it in there somewhere and I don't know where else to put it. Oh, but you know what would be fun? To put a layer of wood grain right before that so that they didn't blend together quite as much. Although, let's see. Let's see. I did not adhere this well at all. There we go, that's much better. It makes the text pop a bit more. Now I need to decide if I want these two little faux tape pieces to show or if I want to hide them. I kind of like them to show because it matches the like excessive filters that I have on this photo. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them showing. Oh no, I think we're running out. To get it even. So, you know what I didn't realize, and it might only be me that didn't realize it, is that the Designer Destinations collection, obviously not all of them because like Sunny Days is a very large collection, but like the Damask Love items from the Designer Destinations collection, they're exclusive to Joann. Like you can't buy those online anywhere. I thought they would end up on scrapbook.com or something eventually, but I was looking today and I don't think that's the case, which was kind of surprising to me actually. I thought for sure that they would become available, but you know, probably an exclusive deal with Joann. Well, maybe that is the case because now that I'm thinking about it, American Crafts did that Faith collection that was available at Hobby Lobby. You know where I get my favorite little tile alphas from that collection? And you can't find those tile alphas online anywhere. Like you can only get them at Hobby Lobby. So I'm wondering if it's a similar situation. All right, now I need to start my background. I still need to add this. Let me move this. Yes, Creative Devotion. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name of it. Let's see. I don't know, maybe I should do 9 by 12 so that I'm able to show more of this without losing all of my white space. Let me cut that other 12 by 12 sheet into a 9 by 12 so that we can kind of see, you know, how that would work. I've only made a few 9 by 12 layouts, honestly, but they just never go well for me. Which is why I tend to steer away from the size. I've been taking a break from 12 by 12 just because I haven't been enjoying the I don't know why I keep getting distracted. I haven't been enjoying the square shape of it, so I just took a break. Good night, Kristen. I'm happy you were able to join for a little while. I don't know how, but like my entire pack of cardstock, of white cardstock, the left corner, got smashed and is kind of like all crumpled. I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try the 9 by 12. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, honestly. Maybe you guys can help me if I run into some issues. All right, let's trim a piece of this off to put down this side of the paper. I think that one of the previous layouts I did in a stream, I did a strip right here. Yeah, we did the watercolor coming out the side of it. I think I'm gonna go for the same kind of look, but we're gonna use the Distress Oxides instead of watercolor. Deciding where I want to cut this, not how much I want to cut. I feel like I usually take the entire day to like mentally prepare to kind of talk to myself. In a way, it's kind of like talking to myself. I know I'm talking to you guys, but it can kind of feel like I'm talking to myself when I don't hear anyone talking back. So I usually have the whole day to like prepare for that so that I don't feel kind of spacey. And if you couldn't tell, today I feel a little spacey. Probably just because I threw this stream in last minute, but I'm glad I did. They're little stamps, like postage stamps, but the patterns on each of them are very similar to like that of a postcard, which is honestly probably why I love this so much. I used to collect postcards, so okay. I think I like it right there, so I'm going to, if I can find my pencil's right here. I'm gonna mark the sides of this so that I kind of have an idea where my Distress Oxide should fall. Thursday night feels like an odd night for a stream. Did we do a Thursday stream before? Cody, have I done a Thursday stream before?
No.
Just
Sure.
It feels like an odd night. Maybe just because it wasn't scheduled again. Maybe my brain is just. I haven't been back to Joanne either since that first time that I went. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this here, and then this here. And then we'll have the distress oxides kind of peaking right here, but probably mostly concentrated to this side. I'm going to go ahead and mark that. I mark it with like a really heavy hand, and then I go back and erase so that the lines are hardly noticeable. Because once you put that distress oxide or watercolor or whatever you're using on top of those marks, you can't remove them. So I never remember to erase as I get to that specific spot, so I'm just going to do it ahead of time. Let's see. I'm going to grab my watercolor paper towels. Then I'm going to start with my lightest and move into my darkest. So let's start with frayed burlap. I think that's the lightest. Actually, it's really not that light of a color. But I do want to do really light blue. Actually, I'm going to start with blue. And I'm going to try to make it really light blue to kind of match the shades in that paper. So let's see. I could grab a piece of packaging, but I don't see one handy, so I'm just going to put this mat out. Let's turn that sideways so I have more space. Better. Okay. I agree. Those are very me colors, these four right here. I really love this color. It's just a bit too magenta-y. It has too much pink in there for me. I mean, obviously I'm still going to use it, but it'll probably get used mostly in mixed media or just as an ink pad for stamps. I don't think I will do a lot of this watercolor-esque technique with it just because of how pink it is. You never know, maybe they'll like watered down quite a bit to where it's really light. It could be more my thing. All right, let's just jump in. Ooh, yeah, what did you get? Which collections and which items from the collections? Ooh, I think I'm gonna need a cup of water for this. Maybe not, maybe we'll just create a little water blob on there. I think I'm gonna grab a cup of water to use with my regular paintbrush. This one doesn't hold quite enough water to get that little like blobby technique that I like. All right, stand by. I'm gonna go grab some water. I am gonna mute you guys, but I'm gonna leave you here to just stare at this paper. Okay, I have my water. Hi, Sylvia. Let's see. I think this is going to work better. Oh, yeah. That's more what I was wanting. Before I fill up this entire thing with blue, I am going to put some of my other colors down. Okay, what's our next? I think then we'll go with some frayed burlap and make it really light like we did with the blue, and then kind of go a bit heavier with the fired brick and the fossilized amber. Spots on my mat. Yeah, I actually really like this blue. When it's watered down, it's more of like a... It's blue, but it has like a subtle hint of like periwinkle to it. Okay. I'm gonna go in up here. Ooh, that's really dark. That's okay. It's dark, but it's like a nice khaki color, so it'll be okay. When I do things like this, I get really involved and then I miss everything that's going on in the chat because I'm so focused. Maggie Holmes Flourish, stickers and die cuts. Ben Hatfield papers, stickers and die cuts. Ooh yeah, you scored. That's a good haul that you have there. Hi mama. Hi preppy crafty girl, what is your name? That way I can address you by something that is a little shorter. But yes, welcome. This is live, and it's totally okay that you don't know what you're doing. Half of us don't. Is it a seafood restaurant, Mama? Because, yeesh, I am not a seafood fan. Do I pronounce that Jana? Jana, like with more of a j? I'm one of those weird people that overanalyzes words so that I make sure I pronounce them correctly. Let's see. I'm gonna put a little of this down in the corner just so I have like a third spot. Jana. Yes. I think that that's what I said the first time. I'm already forgetting because I'm so distracted with this distress oxide. Let me add you. I have a cheat sheet because I need to remember people's names. So I'm going to add you here. I'm going to need, actually, I need to get a new one. Luckily, I have most of those names memorized by now. Oh my gosh, I love that. NNA. Now let's hope that I can continue to get it right. I think I'm so hypercritical of like how I pronounce names because people always pronounce my name wrong. It's like very rare that my name is pronounced correctly. Cultura? Oh yeah, Cultura. I remember. Okay. I'm always up for some good Mexican food. Where did, oh, I just grabbed this out and then I lost it very quickly. Yes, tell me, what would you like? What would you like your, what do I have you as? I have you as Allie on my cheat sheet. What would you like your name as on my cheat sheet? Oh, you're from Australia. What time is it in Australia right now? And what day is it? Because I think you guys are like so far ahead that right now it's probably Friday for you, right? Noon, okay. Noon on Friday, right? It's Susanna. So with a Z instead of an S, and there is an A at the end. So it's Susanna, like the song Oh Susanna, but I get a lot of Susan or Susanna, like with an S instead of a Z. It's very much a Z. Or Susan. I already said that. Suzanne with an E at the end instead of an A. Susan. But it's mostly Susan. But it's Susanna. There's a Z in there, and there is an A at the end. Oh, well, I'm glad your notification came up, and I'm glad you decided to join us. Okay. I don't foresee myself using more of this frayed burlap color, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that so that I have room. So that I have room on here for my other colors. Something more exotic. Babs, Gabriella, Esther. You can be Babs if you'd like, but the problem with that is that I'll start calling you that, and then you have to move, going forward, you have to remember that that's you. That's where it really gets difficult. All right, let's go into a new color. I lost them. Oh, they're right here. I'm gonna go for fossilized amber. It's lighter. I rarely follow the lightest to darkest rule, and that ends up getting me in a lot of trouble because I have a ton of muddy colors at the end. All right, Babs from Guam. We got you.
Isn't Babs from like people that have the name Babs, aren't they Australian?
Is Babs, does that name does it originate in Australia or New Zealand? This is a question that we have from Cody. I was reading about how, Sylvia, how you call your mom Missy. That's where I was on the chat. Okay, let's throw these in here. I'm gonna do yellow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Getting crazy over here. I'm gonna do yellow in this. Ah, okay, that's really bright. I concentrated that a bit too much. That's okay.
It's just Barbara.
Yeah, it's short for Barbara, but like the nickname Babs, I didn't know if that was like, because I know plenty of people named Barbara that I've never called Babs.
Yes.
But I knew that that's what it was short for, but I thought that once Cody said that, I thought maybe it could also be like a full name, not an abbreviation for a name. Not a nickname. There we go.
Turn your thing open.
Sure. We're gonna get a little natural light going on over here. I don't know if that really changed anything on their end.
I'm gonna turn it on.
Okay. It's always funny to me when we first start the stream, everybody's very quiet, including me, because I have to like get in my groove of actually talking to humans. And when I talk to Cody when we first start, I always mute and everything. And then by the end of the stream, he's like talking from far across the room so that you guys can hear him through the mic, and we just get a lot more comfortable. I think at first everyone probably feels how I feel, like very like, I don't know if I want to say anything to anyone. All right, Allie, you are Babs from Guam. Babs is short for Barbara. So you are Barbara from Guam, but we don't call you Barbara. I think you actually got close with the last name. I think she has two S's though. I think. I say that. I'm probably totally wrong. I've never gone down like into the actual corner like this, so I'm just winging it. he's stream manager, remember? We have to assign mascot to either Ellie or Fiona. Everyone in this house needs a job. Nobody lives here for free, except for me. I guess I have a job. My job is talking to people here. I'm talking to people. I am stream front man. He just... Oh, there's only one S? Okay, you spelled it perfectly then. Cody just watches Twitch streamers. He does not stream. Stream master. I like that. You are full of the good names today. Okay, I'm done with the yellow. I want to move into red now. I'm gonna get rid of this yellow here. Okay. I'm trying to stay fairly clean, if you couldn't tell, because it's very easy to go from like 0 to 100 on the scale of messiness. Ooh, I've been waiting to get into this one. Okay, this is fired brick. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be extremely bright, so I'm gonna try to take it easy at first, and then we'll see what happens after that. Ooh, yeah, watered down, it's like a really pretty coral color, and then once it dries, it's like an orangish... It reminds me of like sorbet, but in a good way. This, yes, this is a Fisker's craft mat. And it's silicone, so things don't stick to it. So you can just put any of your mediums right on the mat and then wipe them up. Which is perfect for things like this where you don't want to put the ink directly on the paper because then you wouldn't be able to smear it and smudge it like I'm doing. I am... Yes, so these are distress oxides, so they're water They're water-based, kind of. Are they water-based? They're water activated. Let's see. Because they're dye and pigment together, so I would assume they're water-based. Basically, when you, what am I trying? I lost thought of what I was saying. Oh, we were talking about the inks. Yeah. I told you I was not prepared for this stream tonight for human interaction. When you put them on the thing and then you put water on them, they become almost like watercolors, but because they're distress oxides, then at the end you can drip water on them and they like activate and oxidize so that they look really like, I don't know, oxidized. You can kind of see it happening right here. I don't know if it's picking up on camera actually. Once I'm done with all the color, I'm going to turn on the lovely autofocus and show you guys up close so that you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, anything that is water-based, markers, bless you, markers, ink pads, anything like that that's water-based, you can just add water to and turn them into your own version of watercolors. So like your Tombow markers, things like that, you can just use them as watercolor. So they are ink pads. They come in ink pad form. So you can put your stamp on there and then stamp it on the paper and use it just like as an ink pad. But they are intended for people who do more of like a mixed media thing because they have a ton of uses. You can use them for so many different things. Ink pad is just one of them. But yes, it does come in the form of an ink pad when you buy it. Does that make sense? That's the story. I'm confused without the D is the story of my life. I'm always forgetting the last letter of words, and it's become like a joke in our house. Now we just laugh about it and keep going. All right. We're gonna get stream merch that says I'm confused. Okay, I'm cleaning this junk off and then I'm going to get into the papery parts. Cody, can I give these to you? Thank you. Stream manager to the rescue. Thank you. Yes, nudes. Noodz. Thank you for spelling it correctly. Okay, I'm putting that to the side. Oh, Cody is here with our stream mascot. Please allow her to visit. Show the people what they want. Show the people what they want. Hi, girl. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi. Okay, that is all the stream mascot wants. That's all she will grace us with her presence today. Okay, that's gonna go down there. I will say, I don't care for how bright the colors are. I want them more muted. So I think going to grab I'm gonna grab my white Liquitex gouache and I'm going to go over them and try to mute them down. So pulling the mat back out because gouache is water-based. You can use it very similarly to the way you similarly whatever, to the way you use watercolors. But the cool thing is, once it dries, it's dried like acrylic, so like it wouldn't reactivate with water. Did you already dump those cups of water, Cody?
No. You want it back?
Just the one that's not as dirty. Sorry. I'll keep it over here, though, because I have room for just one.
Gouache.
Yes, gouache is a very fun word. Gouache. How do you spell it? Gouache. Gouache. That reminds me of spelling bee. It's, the way I always describe it is it's like a hybrid. So it's like a hybrid between watercolor and acrylic paint. So it has the watercolor properties where when I put this down, I can then use a brush and water to like do basically what I did here. Or I can use just a regular paintbrush and use it like I would acrylic, like really concentrated. And then once it dries down, unlike watercolor, where if you put water on it, it'll kind of like reactivate the color, and then it would blend and bleed all over everything. Once gouache is dry, it's dried like acrylic ink. It doesn't move, it doesn't reactivate. So let's see. I'm going to start with the parts that are already dry and then go into the parts that are still drying. I'm okay with this area. It's more like this over here and this yellow right here. I don't know how this is going to go, so we'll see. Oh, it's working. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. So you'll notice I'm getting some yellow pickup because the distress oxides are reactivating with the water that I'm putting on it. So that's why I'm doing short strokes, small short strokes, so that I don't mix my colors together and make like a muddy mess. Let's see, I'm gonna put a little up here. And I'll probably have to do 2-ish coats of this to get it to the opacity that I want. This one was still wet, so it's reactivating quite a bit. Ooh, we're getting some green going on. There's quite a bit of green going on in there, which I'm going to pretend is not happening because green does not match my color palette, but I'll live. Okay, it's getting there. I think I'm going to do one more coat. The other thing I have to be careful of is that I didn't put any gesso down. Ooh, sorry, I just bumped the camera really hard with my elbow. I didn't put any gesso down, which means the paper does not have a barrier between the water that I'm putting on it and the paper. So it'll pill and get kind of soggy and bent if I do too much to it. Gesso is basically like a primer. That's an easy way to explain it. It comes in clear, black, and white, mainly. And you put it down on your paper or whatever you're working on, and then it acts as a barrier between the paper itself and whatever you're putting on it. So if you're putting something that's really watery, the water won't soak through the gesso barrier to the paper because the paper is so porous, it soaks it right up, which is why this is becoming a crinkly little thing and kind of getting pilly. If you can't see it in the camera, but up close I can because I'm going like this a lot to the paper with the water, which is making it all pilly. But it's basically just a primer. Yeah. And if you don't have gesso, you can use white acrylic paint. It doesn't work quite as well, but it does work. It serves the purpose. Okay, now we're getting closer to the shades that I was aiming for initially, which is good. I'm doing my best to follow the lines that I previously did, just so that if it's showing, if any of this shows, it doesn't look like I put a big blob of white on the top, which is also why I'm doing it this way and not just scraping the gouache on with a card like I normally would. Oh, you know what I should have described it as? Mama, do you remember when we were filling those little things for the retreat with the white paint looking stuff? That's gesso. No, we had this whole conversation, this exact conversation, when we were filling those things. It's fine. It's been like 6 months. That just means this will be a 6-month conversation. We'll just have it every 6 months. What are you laughing at? We have to have conversations like every other day about things that we talk about.
Yeah.
Bad memory runs in the family. Oh, bummer. Thanks for trying, Elizabeth. Hopefully you can catch the replay on YouTube. Or try again in a little bit and it might work. Who knows? The internet is a weird thing. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there. We're getting quite a bit of green going on down here and I don't really like it, but I'm gonna live with it because I don't really want to mess with it anymore. I know, I think I get my memory from you. Because I can't remember anything either. I have a memory of a span of my memory is like less than 24 hours. Ugh, that's what I was trying to avoid. I should have known. I can never just do a tiny bit of mixed media and then get back to the paper crafting. It always ends up a big long process. And my hands end up stained for days and days with paint, which I don't mind. I actually feel the most myself when my hands are all stained with paint. Normally I would grab my heat gun, but I think it's unplugged and I'm too lazy to plug it in, so we're just gonna take a quick air dry break. I shouldn't do that with that thing because I don't want it to get all warped. I actually really like this brown and kind of wish I did. I think he'd pass out before it would dry. I kind of wish I did the brown instead of the yellow. As much as I love yellow, I think this layout didn't really need it.
Will you let that dry?
Okay, stand by. I'm muting for just one moment. Okay, I am back. Ken Oliver, wait, what is happening? Oh my goodness, am I having a final snack before 8 p.m.?
No.
What kind of snacks do we have?
No.
I don't think we have any snacks in this house.
Wow, look at the color of that cloud.
We normally have, oh wow, that's really pretty. We normally have an overwhelming amount of snacks, but we're at the end of our week of groceries.
No snacks.
So I guess no snacks for me. Oh my goodness, no. This is like my worst nightmare, you guys. Which is definitely a privileged problem. The fact that I am complaining about not being able to eat for the next 14 hours. Ken Oliver. Oh my gosh, fun fact that everybody always thinks I'm crazy for. I don't like popcorn. Although, I think if I asked, are we calling Cody Stream Master instead of Stream Manager? I don't know if he's earned that title yet, but I'll consider it. I think if I asked nicely, Stream Manager Cody would probably feed me popcorn if it was something that I liked to eat. Sometimes when I'm doing like mixed media and stuff and he's eating a snack like chips or something, he'll do that for me because my hands are all painty and I don't want to eat the paint. So he's Are you laughing at this?
Yeah.
He's very skilled. He has a large skill set as stream manager. He's very, what is the word I'm looking for? He's, qualified. That's the word. He's qualified for the job. Let's see. No, I do eat more than most grown men. It's very true. No wonder you're so good at knowing what needs to happen. Because you have been assigned this role. I know. It's crazy that I don't like popcorn. Okay, so I haven't actually seen the Ken Oliver color bursts. Well, obviously I haven't seen them in person, but like I haven't even seen photos of them once they've gone from powder to liquid. So if you feel like you want to share photos, I would not be upset because I have been curious. They're similar to, oh, now I can't remember the name of them. Shoot. I have a set of a very similar like substance, I guess, to the color bursts. And I like to get that brush that I was using, the watercolor brush, and get it really, really wet, and then kind of tap the tip into the pan, and it picks up the tiniest bit of powder. And then if you like kind of do one of these little tappy motions and then kind of blob it around, it gives this really like, I don't know, smushy, like runny, but in a pretty way effect. I did not explain that well at all, but I think you got the gist. Give it a try, because it looks pretty. Let's see, what else am I seeing here? Oh, good. I'm glad that you got it to work. I don't think that there is a proper technique with those powders. You can use them in so many different ways. I've even seen people, which is actually super cool, they get like an empty spice container type thing, like, you know, with the lid that has the tiny little holes in it, like for salt or pepper, and then they put the powder in there, and you can not only mix your own colors that way, because you can mix them together, but then you like spray your paper with water and then kind of like shake the salt shaker toward your paper, and when the powder hits it, like starbursts out like that. And it's honestly the coolest people. I'm reading your guys' comments while I'm talking. The coolest thing that I've ever seen somebody do with those little powders. Yeah, but the gold stuff is liquid. So it's, hold on, stand by. I'm not muting you guys or anything, but I am walking away for a second. Okay, they're like this, kinda. So they come in a little pot, and then when you open them, they're like loose powder. It looks like colored flour, basically. So if you take those and you put them in like a, oh, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go watch it actually so that I can see. If you take those and you put it in a little spice shaker, like a salt or pepper shaker, and then you use like, the one that works really well is the Distress sprayer, the Distress water bottle, the Tim Holtz one, because it has like a really fine, wide mist, and you mist the whole paper, and then you take your powder in the little salt shaker and you shake it on your paper, and when it hits the water, it starbursts out. That's what I was talking about. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Those are so pigmented. I love it. I'm gonna show everyone. I hope you don't mind. You guys see that? They're so pretty and so pigmented. If you want to go watch it when it's not on my screen, on your screen, Sylvia's Insta handle is the same as her Twitch name in chat, so you can go look at it. Good night, Babs. Wasn't that pretty? Well, no, that showed us her outcome. She was talking about how... Alrighty, my friends. Hold on. I have an avalanche of stuff happening. We're just gonna be super sidetracked for a minute. What color will show up the best on camera? I think that one. So, what's on the other side of this? Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's one. That one's one of my favorites. Find a page in the back. Here we go. So it's a powder. Incoming. Autofocus incoming. Okay, there we go. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. Good. So it's a powder. Set that down. Focus, and there we go. And then you take your paintbrush and you dip it in water. And then you dip your brush into, and see how it's like getting darker? And then you just use it like you would any other watercolor. And so those things that you saw on her layout that I was showing you in the video are the same concept. And these ones that she's using Ken Oliver. These ones are Lindy Stamp. I always forget the name of this. Lindy Stamp Gang. What am I, I feel like I'm reading a different language. Lindy, Lindy, Stamp, just like a stamp, Gang, Gang. And the palette is Drink Me Silly. Oh, so the Starburst thing that I was talking about, I don't think I have a water bottle around here to spray this with. Oh wait, yeah I do. Let's see. I have a little spray bottle around here. Just requires me to locate it. Stand by again. I'm not muting you guys. How did I lose all of those? Gone. Oh, duh, they're right here. I just walked all the way around. Oh, it's okay. I don't mind being sidetracked. It honestly, it needs to continue drying for a little bit. This is the water bottle from, it's not a squirt bottle. It's just like a water bottle from the Amy Tan watercolor palette you use to fill up your water brush. But I'm using it to fill this. Okay, so this is just a water spray bottle. Let's see. This is watercolor paper, which is why I feel okay spraying that much water on it. I don't have mine in like a salt shaker, but if you, can you see what I'm talking about? Wait, hold on. I'm bringing you guys up close. And I'm gonna turn on autofocus. I know that that's terrible. I always apologize for it. I probably don't need to anymore, but it's habit. Okay. So it's like covered in water, and when you tap the, whoa, that was a lot. But when you tap the powder out onto it, whoa, what is that? There we go. Normally you don't have a huge pile of powder right there, but can you see what, oh my gosh, what, there it goes. Can you see the starburst thing? Yeah, it normally, it looks a lot nicer if you actually have a, like a little salt shaker so that you get just a few instead of a big glob like that. This first time I did it was a really good example. It just wasn't close. Isn't it cool? It's a really fun process too. And then you can just get like little empty salt shakers on Amazon, but I've also seen really like for really cheap, like $1.50 at the Container Store. So if you live by a Container Store, you can get empty salt shakers. And they're basically just powdered pigment. So if you don't want these specific ones, you can Google powdered pigment. But these are from Lindy Stamp Gang. I'm just soaking up some of the water so that I can close this. And oh, sorry, I still have autofocus on, I forgot. It does stay that way too with like the fun splatters. Yeah, that one was Cosmopolitan Pink from the Drink Me Silly collection. Okay, now back to what we were doing. Yeah, it has a lot of peach undertones. It's a pink, but it has peach undertones. The one that really looks like peach in this is Fuzzy Navel Peach. It's more orange than peach, but it is peach. All right, let's put this guy down right there. Oh, the colors ended up matching really well. Super happy with that. Okay. And you'll notice with this, it kind of looks a little dirty. That's because of the Distress Oxides. So it has like a worn look to it. And of course, I don't have I don't have any more of my tape, my double-sided tape, which is what I prefer to use with any sort of mixed media anything going on. And this will take me my whole life and break my hand, so I'm gonna get the big bottle. No, on this paper I used Tim Holtz Distress Oxide inks. Oh, Mr. New Crafty on the block, thank you so much. That is actually a huge compliment. I love this Scotch Quick Dry adhesive, but I will tell you, it is no joke when they say it's quick dry. Like, you barely have time to slide something before it's dried, which is impressive, but also sometimes a little bit frustrating. No, the fine liner bottle destroys my hand. It's so hard. And then once you squeeze it and it's like compressed, I always squeeze it this way so that it lets air in so that I can then squeeze it properly. I like it. I do wish there was a little bit poking out right there. Thinking I might just pull this brown down because it's really empty. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna let it be. It's just a bottle that can make a really fine line because it has like a needle point. I have not ordered my tape yet. I'm hopeless when it comes to ordering things. Thank you, Larissa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There. And in case you saw my Instagram post today, yes, this is the same photo that I used on that layout. I know. Well, it got to the point where I took so long to order it that I just decided not to because we're going up to the Bay Area this weekend and there's a store up there that I really love to get my tape from. It's more expensive than if you get it on Amazon, but it's a different brand and I just prefer the tape to the kind that I get on Amazon. I don't know the brand of the tape, I just know that I like it. So I figured we're going up there, I might as well just wait and buy it while we're up there. I don't know what I was looking for, but I thought I had something else that I wanted to add here. All right, let's get this going now. I don't know what my title, I don't know what I'm doing here. Also, I just remembered that this is a 9x12 layout and not an 8.5x11. I couldn't figure out why I had so much space. I pulled out a bunch of stuff and now I've lost it. Never mind, I did not lose it. It's in a pile next to me. So, a lot of alphas. some stamps. I'm trying to use my stash. That's my goal this year. 2019 is my stash using year. So I have been buying very little. And my main focus is just on using what I have. And so I thought a good way to do that was just to pull out a bunch of stuff and make something from it, because then I'm bound to use it up, right? Ooh, an album flip through. I could definitely do that. Maybe, you know, I have so many albums that I haven't flipped through, and like traveler's notebooks. Maybe at the end of this, instead of doing 2 layouts, I'll finish this one and then we'll do a quick traveler's notebook insert flip through, because I have like 6 full ones. I will only do 1 on here, but maybe give you guys some inspiration. Oh my gosh, look at that pirate. We'll check this one out. Also, I will let you know, because my mom is here and she will enjoy this, that if you type, well, you have to be a tier 3 subscriber, but if you type made in 8 Eliza, that little cat will pop up, because I named her Eliza. Because she's small and she's chunky and she's black. So there's that story. Back to what you guys are talking about. Let's see. Let me get this out. Go away. There we go. Stash bash. No, you can't do it, Mama. You're not a tier 3 subscriber. I know. Plus, it has to be 1 word. Made in 8 Eliza, all 1 word. But you can't do it because you're only tier 1 subscriber, which I did set up for you. I did set up for you. I set it up for her.
She doesn't have the badge.
Why don't you have your badge? Oh, Cody, will you go do that for her really quick? You're ignoring me?
No.
Will you go do that for her really quick? You want me to do it? Okay, never mind. Cody can't do it for you until afterward, because it'll kick you out if he does it from his end. But I'll set it up for you. Oh, Cody, is that a cat that you just shared? And what is... Okay. Caitlin, what is that gem that you found? Who's leaving? Wait, oh my gosh, you guys are going so fast while I'm looking at these.
This one.
Oh, Drea. No, I don't think Drea's leaving, Mama. What? Which one?
I sent it.
Oh, a cat. Yeah, I am asking you, Caitlin, what is that item that you have found? She's gonna go subscribe, because we were talking about subscriber emotes. So she said, oh, I forgot I wanted to subscribe, and then she went to do that, but she didn't actually go anywhere to do it. She's just like doing the task now. Oh my gosh, you are not old. You're like the you're like the youngest mom I know. I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. Okay, what am I doing with these? I'm trying to figure out what I want my title to be. Adventure? I mean, we weren't really going on an adventure, but these stamps kind of say adventure. Foxy? Where? This thing? That... Do you have your glasses on? Oh no, look at these cats with sunglasses. Wait a second, there's a corgi? I'm so behind on you guys. Yeah, that says XOXO. That's why you can't see what anybody's saying, because you don't have your glasses on. I told you weren't old, you're just blind. Okay, I need to stop getting distracted. I need to finish this layout because I don't know where I'm going with it if you couldn't tell. I'm always easily distracted if I don't know what I'm doing because I try to put off figuring it out. And this 2019 is also a stamp year. I have been so obsessed with stamping of all kinds. I just want to stamp all the things. Let's see. Lovely? I could use lovely. I mean, I never do titles of pictures of myself because, like, they don't have titles. I just took a picture and then I wanted to craft, so I just document it. This didn't have a story behind it or anything. It was literally just we were running errands and that was my outfit. So now I have to figure out what I want to do, where I want to take this. And I'm limiting myself to the supplies that I pulled out because if I don't, then I'll pull out something that like is almost used up. And I really want to show love to the products that are pretty much brand new in my stash because that's the only way I'm ever going to get rid of them. So I'm up for the challenge. Let's do this. My watch is telling me to breathe. See, I'm not the only one. Elizabeth, you truly didn't miss much. We played with some cat emojis. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with this layout. I think that's about the extent of what you missed. Don't worry too much. Okay. I thought maybe I could do something with these little floral leafy blobs, but I don't think that's for this layout. We will save that for another one. Oh, I just got an idea. Aha. I knew if I stared at it long enough, it would come to me. Okay. I'm going to use this adventure. Let's cut it out. And do everyday adventure because we were just running errands. So like that's a very everyday adventure type thing. So I'm going to put that there. Obviously the white background will be gone. And then I need something to do every day with. I thought about these little tile alphas, but they're copper and this is gold and that would bother me. So I'm not going to do those. I'm kind of thinking. Good job on not procrastinating. I think my life is just, that's what my life is, procrastination. These, if you couldn't tell, do not stick to the paper or the acetate at all. See, I'm trying to see if I have enough letters to do the word every day. I don't have enough E's, but I can easily make an F into an E, so I'm not too worried about that. But I was thinking of doing, where's my pen? Really hard to see. I don't know if I like it very much. Like a white, you guys cannot see that at all. Basically, these are chipboard, so they're like they look like the color of cardboard. And I was doing like a white line in the center of them. Did you put your glasses on? Is that what you said made a big difference? or are you talking about the letter? Can you actually see the ink on the letter? I'm glad I'm not the only one that procrastinates the most possible. That's like, Cody always decides that I need to look at the cats and what they're doing and how cute they're being after I've taken my glasses off to go to bed. And I can barely see my hand in front of my face with my glasses off, so pen is just not working today. Oh, okay. I always think you guys can't see little details because when I look at the screen to my right, I think I've told you guys this before, but I have 3 different versions of the stream going and they look really tiny and far away. So I always think that you can hardly see anything that I'm doing. That's good to know. Okay, I'm gonna leave that guy. Let's try it out. The only way to do this is to just do it. So we're just gonna do it. That there, and then I'm thinking of working these in right here. Let me pull this mess out. Let's just see how it'll look first. R. R. Y. Okay, I'm gonna have to scoot them all over. Good night, Drea. Every day. Here's my Y. Adventure. And I think I'll overlap adventure. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, now I'm just going to gear these. That sounds like me yesterday. Literally every piece of technology I owned yesterday was dying at the exact same time. The battery was dying, not like the actual technology. And then I need to chop off part of pretty much anything. Actually, because I'm going to use this exclamation point. A little bit more. This one will be a bit longer than our normal 2-hour. I'm going to finish this layout, which will probably take me about 10-15 more minutes, and then I'm going to do a quick flip through of one traveler's notebook insert. So I would say maybe, if I don't get extremely sidetracked, which I don't plan on, maybe like 9-ish. Ah. Yeah, I would say about 40 minutes. see if I can get this. I put my arm on this and didn't even realize I was just basically adhering it to my layout. Probably a hot date with her bed. I think she's on the East Coast, so it's like 11:30 over there. I like that. Okay, check us out. We're doing it. We're using our supplies and we're making it happen. Okay, I am going to add a few stamped embellishment type things. I know, you're being a party animal so that you can see us getting crafty. Is it raining where you are? Goodness gracious. States other than California and like Arizona where it actually gets weather. I'm thinking I'm going to use this little paint smudgy. Ugh. This little paint smudgy right here. I'm gonna stamp it right in this little nook to put my date on. Ooh, I'm excited about this. Thank you. I'm actually really loving the way this is turning out. Whip out my big guy stamp block. And just making this stamp a little less sticky. I'm thinking I'm gonna use this frayed burlap. Where is my scratch paper? Over here. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. It didn't quite get that because there's like the little lip. So I'm just going to take my water brush and without squeezing any more water into it, I'm just going to try to blend it a bit so it's not noticeable. That's not helping at all. I'm gonna leave it. Whatever. It does look like a little strip of washi. I really want I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I really want that color. This is gonna end terribly, you guys. Why am I doing this? Oh no, it didn't. It kinda did a little. Luckily, distress oxides are really forgiving. The rare occurrence where I actually clean my stamp after I use it. There are a few types of inks that I clean my stamps after I use them. Like my Prima chalk edgers, I don't like the way those feel so when they're left on the stamp, so I clean those off and I clean off the Distress oxides, but like with normal inks, I rarely clean my stamps. Let me look at my phone to see the date of this photo. I know it was around here. It is March 29th. Also, I saw a wonderful photo of me that I thought I'd share with the world. I sent that to Cody while he was at work. Oh, man. If you can't laugh at yourself, what can you do, right? Where is my date stamp? Here it is. What am I looking at? Here we go. Drea's back. I hope you came back in time to see that lovely photo. 3/29 to 29. You are too kind, Sylvia. I'm glad you still think I'm lovely after after all of that. Whoa, yikes. I'm using black soot distress oxide, which I don't usually use for my date, but I'm thinking it'll give it a more subdued black. Yes, that's what I was going for. I love it. It's not so like in your face black, it's like sunken into the paper, kind of worn and weathered and dated. I know, I think I always start my polos with that same look, Drea, when I polo you. I'm just trying to decide what small little embellishments. Thanks for subscribing, Drea. I appreciate you. Let's see. The gray is a different color gray, and I only have one gray, which is gonna. Oh wait, no, I have another. Let's see. Where? In this. Somewhere in this stack of Ellie's Studio stuff, I have some more gray hearts. Gray hearts. Stars. Oh, stars might be cute if we can't find the hearts. They're mostly alphas. I could have sworn I had some gray. Oh, wait. Nope, more stars. Aha! Hearts. Are you guys just visiting? Our stream manager and stream mascot are both hovering.
Just observing.
Okay. Continue on. I'm just reading people's behind. Oh yeah, Marco Polo. Sylvia is down here near me in Southern California. Right, Sylvia? I thought we talked about that. Watch, now you're gonna be like, no. I'm nowhere in Southern California. I like these skinny hearts more than I like the little fat guys. So I'm gonna put that gray back and get a little skinny gray heart going on. And put a couple hearts right there. What other colors do we have going on in here? I'll sprinkle a little heart over here. And then, you know me, I like my design triangle, so I'll do my other cluster up here, I think. Or I could do it over here. No, over here is kind of alone, so I'm going to do that. Let's see, we'll do a blue. We're going to do one of all three colors. We're going to go crazy wild. Good night, Mama. Thanks for joining. See you soon. Love you. Let's see. They are matte hearts. They are little matte puffy hearts from Ellie's Studio. I will have a direct link in the blog post with all of the products that I used. There we go. A little cluster of 3, I think. That looks okay. My cluster's a bit off. I can't usually do my smallest item in the cluster at the top. Solely out of personal preference, but it's not working for me today, so. There we go. Good enough. Okay, we have our date, we have that. I think the only thing left, we're gonna keep this one simple. I think the only thing left might be, oh no, before I say that, I do want to, no, Babs from Guam is Allie, Paper Cut Goods. That's Babs from Guam. As I crinkle all of that stuff in your ear while I'm talking. In all of my YouTube videos, when I do unboxings, I call myself the Crinkle Queen because I just am like crinkling all over the place, and I think that just carries through everything I do. I do want to do some phrases really quick, set up a few phrases before I end with like my border and my splatters. So pulling out my trusty Everyday Things stamp set from my shop, I'm going to use my Black Soot Distress Oxide so it blends into the background like the date did. And, oh, the stars are also Ellie's Studio. I can include a link to those as well. Let's see. Oh, look, no wonder Everyday Adventure was like in my head. I have a stamp on this. Sorry, I just started yelling and I don't know why. I have a stamp on this stamp set that says Everyday Adventures. Let's see. I barely ever know what's happening, honestly. I'm surprised that I'm able to follow along with chat as well as I am while I'm crafting, because like in my everyday life, multitasking, as much as I'd love it to be, is not my forte. Just so easily distracted. So I'm gonna go in with this little word documented, and I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that up here near this cluster. Yes, I like it. What else do I want to do? I want to do Everyday Things, just because that's one of my favorite phrases on this stamp set. You can always see the ones that I use the most because they're just stained from my black stays on ink because I don't clean them. Wonky on there. There we go. I'm gonna do Everyday Things way down here. I'm kind of pulling, like dramatically pulling this cluster down to the bottom corner. And because this is more of like a matte finish ink and it kind of sinks into the paper like I was mentioning, it ends up looking more subtle than if you did with like a stays on. It would, I think, if you did a stays on in the corner down there, it would like draw your eye because it's such a deep black. I guess it's kind of like a bright black if you think about it. But anyway, so I like that it's subtle. And then I'm gonna do today. Well, you can always go back and watch the YouTube replay, and the flip through will be at the end of that. So, good night, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us tonight. It was fun chatting with you. There you go. Yeah, because of because they're my samples, they're not. It's not printed on here, and so I can't ever see what I'm looking at unless they're the ones that are not clean. Today, where do I want to put this one? I'm kind of thinking over here. Ooh, do I want to do it in black or do I want to do it in that, where is it, this color? No, I'm going to do black. I keep, if you haven't noticed, I keep my little clusters of stamps really close together so they look nice and messy. It's my favorite kind of stamping. Take a quick water break. Whoa. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna do my doodle border and then I'm going to do my gold craft mist to pull in some gold to match with the adventure piece, and then I think this layout is gonna be done. It took a long time just because I kept getting sidetracked, but I feel like you guys are probably used to that by now. And I think I'm gonna be a little bit crazy and do a navy border again. I'm really loving this navy pen. Whoa. And up here, this paper does not go all the way to the top. That was not intentional, but I'm okay with it. That's one of the other reasons that I make sure I pull the ink or the paint, whatever I'm using, farther in than where I know my paper is going to be, just in case there's little pieces where it kind of peeks through and I wasn't planning on it, it'll still be covered. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It like makes, I know saying it dulls it down kind of sounds like a negative thing, but it does that in a good way. Like you said, it makes it a little bit more calm. I don't remember if I usually do my border on top of these when I do them. I think I'm going to. Whoa, that line kind of got a little crazy. It's like really far in there, but whatever. Hello. I don't know. Do I want another? No, I feel like that's, oh, maybe I do. Can't tell. I like it. Doing well, thank you. How are you doing today? Okay, we're gonna do our gold. Are you an Instagram friend? Or did you find our stream from the browse page? Always curious where our new crafty friends come from. Okay, now that I think it's shaken well enough, I think. We never really know, do we? Just hope that it doesn't leave oily blobs. Oh, fun, the browse page. Well, welcome. Do you craft? Or paper craft? Scrapbook? I'm glad that you like the noise. No, you're not crazy. I think the noise is really calming. Sometimes I don't even realize how long I am shaking it like that until I'm like, oh, I think I just spaced out because because I'm not paying attention. Very cool. Art, streaming, and jazz. I'm glad you guys think that I shouldn't apologize for the crafty noises. I'm trying to get better about that. I say sorry a lot for things that I don't think I necessarily need to, so that's one of the things I'm working on. Let's see. Do you do art yourself, or do you just like to watch art streams? I think we're done with this, you guys. Pretty excited with the way it turned out. I don't know if I've liked a layout this much in quite a while. You can see all the details. I'm gonna, of course, turn on autofocus and bring you guys up close. And then that adventure word is, there you go, gold foil. So you can see that there. Watching art is very relaxing. Okay, I'm going to grab one of my traveler's notebook inserts so that we can do a quick flip through before we call it a night. I like the way it turned out. I'm really excited. This was a good one. Okay, let's put this to the side. I really enjoy watching people sketch. I find that to be super relaxing and like mesmerizing that people can just sketch a whole like image or portrait so quickly. Okay, let's pick a good one for you guys. Okay, we're gonna have a poll. A is striped, B is floral. tell me which one you want to see, and then the other one I will film a YouTube video flip through for. Or, I mean, you could just say stripe or floral. That works too. I'm sorry to hear that. Floral. Floral it is. Oh man, you guys are mixed. We have an A, a B, a floral, a stripe. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll do floral now, and then we'll do stripe maybe on Saturday's stream, because I definitely won't film a flip through YouTube video before then. So we'll flip through stripe on Saturday. And I don't do, these aren't specific months, and they're not chronological at all. I mainly just document photos as I decide I want to. Ooh, you know what? I think the striped one has one of my favorite layouts ever in it. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, good. If it did, I was going to show you guys, but it doesn't. I need to find that one. It might actually be in this one. Okay, I'm just going to get started, because... Okay. So this one has like a little vellum flap. This was all Felicity Jane product. And that was December 2017. So I work in like 6 different Traveler's Notebook inserts at a time, just because if I splatter and I want to do another page, it's not dry. So I just like set it aside and bring another one out. Trying to not get the glare on the photos. This was using a citrus twist kit. I don't remember which one. This was like the night before I flew up to San Francisco to go to PlannerCon with Drea last year. I was drinking apple juice in celebration. This isn't the layout I was referring to, but this one's one of my favorite layouts, Traveler's Notebook layouts. I just really love how it's centered. This was using a citrus twist kit. This page was using a Feed Your Craft collection, and then this polka dot is actually, yeah. I don't even... Oh, Cody's mom took that picture. We were in San Francisco. We were walking around, and she took a bunch of them. This was the first one. We were standing right behind the tree, and then we came out, and she took more, like, normal photos, but I enjoyed that one. This is actually a piece of tissue paper from a Felicity Jane kit that I just used, like, matte gel medium to adhere. This one was using a Kelly Perky kit and Everyday Explorers Co. stamps. Another Felicity Jane. And I never mind if things are like sticking out or if they overlap. Like you can see some staples here from the other side. That doesn't really bother me. And the little trim actually goes nicely with this layout as well. So here's another Felicity Jane. And so this one, I added this first pink scallop. And then when I got to this next layout, I added another pink scallop. So I kind of like how this is like a crazy, uneven, multicolored pink scallop on this side. This was using a bunch of scraps and then Everyday Explorers Co. stamps. And this is actually a piece that I did in a YouTube video about layering. So if you're curious about layering, I talk a lot about it in a video on my channel, and this was one of the things that I made during that video. Just the photo and the layered piece, not the rest of it. And then this page, I put this ledger paper in the background, and it ended up having a fun little multicolored border that poked out, and I think it suits this layout really well. So it's funny how those things work out. So this one is using Felicity Jane products, not a kit. And then a little thing. This little insert and this pocket were for International Scrapbook Day last year, and they were a printable. The stamping on this side of this one, how it's kind of like, I like how I did it in the gray and then put the writing over it. It felt very like together. Let's see. Oh, this H actually goes over here. This is probably one of my all-time favorite layouts. It's the most simple thing. It's just a picture of my corn on the cob from the farmer's market, but then it has a Nacho Libre quote here on the side. That Nacho Libre is actually like one of my all-time favorite movies. And then I really love the color palette. Yes. I love corn. I love corn tortillas. I love corn chips. I love the little corn cakes. Pretty much everything except for popcorn. This was using a Kelly Purkey kit. A Kelly Purkey Traveler's Notebook kit. There aren't any Kelly Purkey Documenter kits in this Traveler's Notebook. I don't think, anyway. And then this one is also using that same Kelly Purkey kit. That might actually be, yep. That's the end of it. So it's nice and chunky. The insert itself is a Felicity Jane Traveler's Notebook insert. They're my favorite. The paper is super smooth. It doesn't take watercolor or any sort of mixed media well, so just know that. But the paper is incredible quality. I rarely do Traveler's Notebook layouts in a bound Traveler's Notebook anymore. Now that there are so many different forms, like the Life Crafted album from Citrus Twist, or like just doing an open ringed Traveler's Notebook sized album, I rarely do these bound notebooks anymore, but I know that I will in the future. I always circle back around to things that I have fun with, so I know that I'm just on a little hiatus, but I have plenty of filled ones that I have yet to share. So I will go through the striped one on during Saturday's stream. Saturday's stream is 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm aiming to make that one a longer stream, so I'm thinking somewhere around 4 hours. So if you guys are planning on coming to that one, make sure you grab some snacks and get yourself lots of crafty goods to play with. We're going to be getting crafty for a while, so that'll be fun. And if you're not already following here on Twitch, make sure you do so, because it does help my channel not only grow, but it helps us grow our crafty community by helping other people discover us, like our new friend that found us from the Browse channel, the Browse page. And then be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's where I share the stream schedules for the week, and then any announcements of like last minute bonus streams like the one tonight. Feel free to join us in our Facebook group. It's the Creatives Club's Facebook group. I cannot talk. And it's in my Instagram bio. There's a link to it. I think that is everything. Don't forget, stream subscriptions are now available, and we do have the subscriber download library open. So that's really fun and exciting. And I'm just really excited to get to craft with you guys all the time. All right, friends, thank you for joining me tonight. I had so much fun, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Bye.